Alright, so I had to set up two computers to do this video, the MacBook and the desktop there. But anyways, good morning and welcome to the channel. I said good morning. It's actually 7 o'clock in the evening, so take two. Good evening and welcome to the vlog. So hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm sorry I have not uploaded in like, I don't know, a week, but I've been really busy with school, so it's kind of important. Just called me. It never fails that people call me whenever I'm filming. It never fails. Anyways, I did post this picture yesterday on Instagram. If you guys do not follow me on Instagram, it is _06. I'll link it somewhere on the screen and down below. I believe it's the first link down below. Anyways, I did ask you guys to leave questions on that picture to do a Q&A video, which we are going to do today. Now, my camera is actually about to die, so we're gonna jump right into the questions. Let's start with YouTube, and then from there we'll go over to Instagram and answer some questions there. So I'm gonna get through most of them, at least try to. Hopefully your question does get answered. If it doesn't, I will do it on the next video, I promise. Alright, so first question on YouTube is from the skeptic Johnny White, and he asked, have you ever been dispatched to a place where something paranormal or weird has happened? Now, I haven't been dispatched anywhere where, you know, something has happened, I guess, you know, while I was there. But, of course, every single cop pretty much has been to a call where someone claims that there's a ghost in their house or that there's an alien in their attic or something like that. Usually it's, you know, people who are mentally unstable or not all there, but we've all been to that kind of call, but I've never been to one where, you know, that happened while I was there. Next one, what was the fastest speed you've gone in a cop car? 75, because that's the speed limit. I can't disclose that kind of information on YouTube because people will go absolutely insane. What federal law enforcement agency, if any, would you want to work for? I think I'd have fun working for like the Secret Service, not because of the whole president thing, but just because of everything they do. You know, they do more than just protect the president. So I definitely think the Secret Service, if I can ever, you know, get into something like that, which is kind of hard, but you never know. What's the best police car you have gotten? I think the best police car is not the Camaro. It's actually a Crown Vic. Nothing beats the good old Crown Vic. Larry says, Patriots gonna lose against the Jags. Can you put this in your video because you're a good guy? I put it in the video, but I disagree with you there, Larry. I think their Patriots are gonna actually win. Drink says, what is your favorite preferred police car? I already answered that. The Crown Vic. Nothing beats the good old Crown Vic. I don't know why Ford stopped making those. That was just stupid in my opinion, but oh, the camera is red now. I should hurry up. What are some tips you can give if we are going on a ride along? I think the best thing you can do, especially if you're serious about becoming a cop, is pretty much just pay attention and also go on different ones. Like go with the city, the county, and the state. Just kind of judge which one you like better. What's your first car? My first car was a 1997 Chevy Lumina, a blue one. I'm from Texas, 6 inches of snow. Love your vids. I appreciate it. Ever gotten into a pursuit? I have. In fact, my very first pursuit turned into a pursuit and then into a rollover accident and then into a DUI. My very first one. So, of course, that report was all kinds of jacked up. We got FUZZFAM. We got FUZZFAM in the house. FUZZFAM says, well, Ben says, when are you coming to Utah to collab? I'll take you skiing, my man. Well, Ben, I am definitely down to come to Utah and collab. As far as going skiing, that sounds kind of cold, so we'll kind of have to see about that. Definitely, if you guys do not follow FUZZFAM, I will link his channel somewhere up here on the screen, also down below. Go check it out. He's a good guy. Tell him Deputy Tatum sent you. Larry Sanders says, what are your thoughts on Explorers? I definitely think that police Explorers is a good way to go if you know, serious about becoming a cop and whatnot. Also, from, you know, the Explorers, I recommend going into the jail, kind of learning that, and then from there going on to patrol. It definitely does help working in the jail and being a police explorer. What's the fastest speeding ticket you have gotten? I've never gotten a speeding ticket. Michael Owens, would you ever consider working for Texas DPS? Definitely, that's definitely something that, you know, I'm looking into and might happen eventually in the future. What's the worst experience being a sheriff? I actually made a video on my worst experience as far as my worst call. I will link it somewhere up here. Go check that out. Give it a big thumbs up while you're there. When you go into a new job at a department, do you have to go through the academy all over again? The answer to that's no. I'm assuming that you mean like by different job in the department. You mean like going from like patrol to like CID or like CID to like SWAT or whatever. Whenever you like switch jobs within the department, you don't go back through the academy all over again. What you do, however, is you have to go through like that specialized training. So for instance, if you go to CID, you have to go to, you know, investigator school. If you go through SWAT, you have to go to SWAT school, stuff like that. So as far as the academy goes, that's just once. But whenever you, I guess, specialize, you have to go through that particular class. Are you a fan of Crown Vics? Well, I've already answered that one. Sure am. Help me get a job at the county. I can't do that, man. I don't have that kind of power. I'm assuming that whoever Jake Jabberis Dickerson is, you must live somewhere very close to me, because the way you wrote that sentence, you must be from here. The jail's hiring, just so you know. Can you do law enforcement if you have dyslexia? Man, I'm not sure about that one. I guess it just depends on, you know, which department you're kind of going for. I mean, each department has their own specific rules as far as, you know, if you can't see, you know, if you're like 20, 40, whatever in one eye and not this eye, you can't be here, or if you're colorblind or stuff like that. It just kind of depends on the agency that you're working for. And the camera is blinking. It's gonna die any second now. See here, Bishop says cop car wise, Ford, Chevy, or Dodge. Definitely, right now I'd pick the Dodge Charger, I guess. I'm kind of biased per se, but back then, the Ford Crown Vic. What's the fastest you've caught someone going? 125 in a 60. If you had to choose from a Camaro or the Charger, which one would you choose to work undercover? I would definitely choose for a UC vehicle the Camaro, because the Camaro does not stand out as much as a Charger does. I mean, Chargers are everywhere. The Camaro police car package, I guess, is not as common. You could pick any car for your patrol car. What would it be? The Crown Vic. Our police car is modded. Police cars are not modded. They are beefed up as far as like the suspension and brakes and whatnot, but the engine is a normal engine. It's not like supercharged or whatever. People think that, but they're not modded. The reason why they're faster than the normal, I guess, civilian version is because the governor is taken off. But I mean, they're not actually modded at all. Dylan Onken asks, how annoying is it being in a marked patrol car and then no one passing you up? That is extremely annoying. If I'm going 65 miles an hour and the speed limit is 75, you can go 75. I'm just running radar. That's why I'm going 65. Jan Man 9327. Deputy Tatum, is this thing still on? It sure is. Deputy Tatum, can you please describe how law enforcement is? What I mean by this is, can you tell us the flaws, the fun things, sad things, etc.? That question calls for like its own video, which might be coming soon. But in the meantime, man, go check out Officer 401. He just posted a video about that. I'll link it probably over here. I think it's this side or that side. I think it's right here. Go check it out. Your experience at the police academy. My experience was actually pretty good. In fact, they made the police academy easier for some reason. It's not as hard as it used to be, which I don't agree with. But my experience in the academy was actually a very good one. I think I did pretty good. Okay, so the battery on that camera did completely die out. So now we are on the GoPro, but the footage on the GoPro is actually better than this. So it shouldn't really bother the video that much. Kelly Welch asks, what is it like in Texas? How long does it take to go from point A to point B? Now, I actually drove from Virginia to Texas a couple of times, and it takes you about 8 to 12 hours just to leave Texas versus 8 to 12 hours to go through like 4 different states once you leave Texas. So I mean, the state itself is extremely big, But as far as what's it like here, I mean, it just depends on where you're at. South Texas, East Texas, North Texas, and West Texas are all kind of different. But I mean, we're all Texans, but each part is different. So you have a little bit of everything here in Texas. Diet Panda. Do you live close to Kingsville or Corpus? If so, you should do a meet and greet. I do live very close to both of those cities you just mentioned. But as far as a meet and greet, I've had people tell me that before to kind of do a meet and greet. But I'm not like some famous YouTuber, so it's kind of weird. But I mean, maybe we can set something up. Let's see, the Streamline TIYR. I don't know your name, man. Can you answer some typical scenario type questions for law enforcement? Definitely can do that, man. Let me know down below exactly what kind of scenario you wanted me to, I guess, discuss. I mean, there's a bunch of them that I can talk about, but let me know down below which ones you want me to do. And that does conclude the YouTube questions. Let's go on to Instagram. All right, so opening up YouTube, and the first question comes, I mean, not YouTube, opening up Instagram, and the first question comes from, go up to the top, Chris Sucks 4. Okay. How long was your hiring process to get into the academy? My hiring process, because I work for a sheriff's office, was not very long. It just kind of depends. I mean, if you work for like Dallas PD or something like that, might be longer, but mine wasn't too bad at all. See here, why don't you vlog more? Also, a while back you said that you would do a SWAT loadout video but never did. I do need to do the SWAT belt video, which I will do that soon. As far as not vlogging more, I do have a bunch of stuff to do besides just this, so I cannot vlog all the time, but I will definitely try to vlog more for you guys. Doopsy Whoopsie, it's a pretty cool name. Do you know any conservation GW here in Southeast Texas I can talk to about a career, education, and some insight are what I'm looking for specifically. Thanks for keeping the road safe. I'm not sure, man, what your question exactly is there. What's, you know, conservation GW? Should be a PM, and I'll answer that kind of like one-on-one because I don't really know what you mean there. Can you do a tour of your Camaro? Absolutely not, because people who have been here for a while know why I can't do that. Have you always wanted to be a police officer? No, in fact, when I was younger, I wanted to be an aircraft mechanic. Man, it's 6 degrees in Oklahoma, not too cold. It's cold here, man. 30 degrees in Texas is cold. Need advice for the oral board. So far, I've had one oral board and feel like I messed up. You cannot mess up an oral board unless you really do something crazy, man. But I mean, just kind of answer the questions. I mean, if they ask you what's your name, say your name. Don't be like, you know, kind of try to like make it more than it is. Just kind of answer the questions like they are. You know what I mean? How fast have you gone in a patrol car? Speed limit. What made you decide to work for the sheriff's office as opposed to highway patrol or city? Honestly, man, I just applied and they hired me, but it just depends on what you want. I mean, the city is more busy, but time goes by faster, I would assume. The county is slower, so time sometimes kind of drags on. And as far as highway, you work, you know, wrecks and DUIs and stuff like that. So I mean, it just depends on what you want to do. Do you have a video of your OC or taser training? I do. Check it out. Can I do a ride along with you? You sure can. If you know where I work, come sign up and request me. Have you ever gotten into a pursuit? I did answer that question a little bit earlier. Have you ever been in a 1070, which is in California code for a foot chase? Yes, I have. In fact, that's a funny story. One of my, I guess, worst or best or whatever you want to call it, foot chase. I was actually sick. In fact, my sergeant, Sergeant G, in fact, he might be watching this video right now. You know who you are, Sergeant G. We pulled over a truck and the driver got out of the truck and took off running. So I ran after the guy, but I was sick that day. In fact, I was sick the previous day, and the doctor had not cleared me. He put me on some meds and said, take it easy. Do not engage in any kind of running, weightlifting, stuff like that. Anyways, this guy runs, so I'm working, and I chased after the guy, even though I'm not supposed to. I'm on this meds. I almost get him. He runs into this dirt field, which I don't know, I guess adrenaline or whatever. He was running. I took off running after him. Got into the dirt field, and pretty much I fell down. I munched it completely. I got up, ran some more, munched it again. I mean, this was like that soft farming dirt, whatever. Now, mind you, I was on FTO, which means that I was training. I was still a rookie, and I get halfway there, I fall down, I get up, I fall down again. The guy gets away. I get up, look back, and Sergeant G's laughing at me. I'm like, come on, man, like, help me out. Laughing at me. It was a good time. It is now. You know, it was embarrassing back then, but hey, I was a rookie. Calm down. Leave me alone. What's the longest pursuit you have ever been in? I went on a pursuit that went through 2 cities and ended up in the next major city north of me, Corpus Christi. Has anyone ever tried to break into your house? I live in Texas, so I mean, if they want to break into my house, I mean, they can, but it might not be a good idea. And I do have a magazine. I don't keep it in there because that would be unsafe. But yeah, that would definitely not be a very good idea because, again, I do live in Texas, and we don't really mess around when it comes to that kind of stuff here in Texas. Last question is from, no, it's not. That's not the last question. This Breaker09 asks, why do you choose the sheriff's department and not the police department? My state and sheriff's department requires to work in the jail for 2 to 3 years before you can go on the streets. Yeah, bigger departments do make you work in the jail before you work on the street. Luckily for me, mine doesn't do that, so I kind of went from a rookie straight into, you know, patrol without going to the jail first. Although I did work in the jail previously, but again, I chose the department that I work for, or the sheriff's department, because I just kind of like that freedom of, you know, being able to just kind of roam around out in the county versus being confined in the city and just kind of call hopping. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much all of the questions from Instagram and all of the questions from YouTube. So hopefully I did answer everyone's questions. I'm pretty sure I did because I was looking at it, but I might have missed 1 or 2. If I did, please leave down below that I missed your question. And I think the wife just walked past that door. I don't know, or maybe it's a ghost. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Stopping in for the first time, please hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, Tatum out.